What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video, and we have to go over Bitcoin today. So as you can see, Bitcoin just now had this huge jump right here. It went all the way from $32,000 all the way up here to about $33,000. Almost got to $34,000, but not quite there yet. But anyways, I don't really want to do too much on the technicals because there's a lot going on fundamentally with Bitcoin right now. Like, a lot of stuff is going on with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin runs the whole entire cryptocurrency market. So that's what we're going to go over, because really the whole crypto market follows Bitcoin. Let's be honest here. So anyways, 3% were up for the last 24 hours, and then 7.51% for the last 7 days. And Ethereum at 2.67%, and then 13.97% for the last 7 days. And you got stuff like Cardano, Dogecoin, all that. All of it's really following Bitcoin anyway. But without further ado, we're going to go over all the fundamentals, because this is going to be a longer video and there's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going over. First thing I want to go over is all these whales, because honestly, if you see millionaires and billionaires putting money into Bitcoin like left and right and not selling anything, it's probably a sign that you want to be doing the same thing. So honestly, look at this right here. We have this millionaire right here, probably a billionaire. What kind of millionaire puts his whole portfolio inside of Bitcoin? This is probably like 10 or like 1% of a billionaire's portfolio, like only $343 million. And they're looking at it like, it's only $343 million. Let it grow in Bitcoin. But anyways, on the 20th, this person bought 2.1 million and then $4.9 million of Bitcoin. Then we have more purchases just like this with other whales. Like this whale right here came with $6.5 million. They have 343 million. This other whale has just around the same amount. 343 came in with 3.1 million, 3 million, and then about on the January they had $63 million. These whales love $30,000 price target for Bitcoin. This is like the sweet spot for these whales. Like every time it hits 30k, they're always buying more and more and more. In January, this whale bought $63 million worth of Bitcoin at $31,000. Whales know something that we do not know, and that's exactly why we have to follow them and watch them. We have to whale watch. We got this whale doing the same thing, buying just nearly the same amount as this other whale, $63 million, around 30k. And I'm seeing this a lot. And then as you can see here, 6 million right there. And then you can just see left and right, this is happening with a lot of different whales here. They're just purchasing so much Bitcoin around 30k. And this whale right here, 13 million on the 16th, 4 million on the 16th, 33 million on the 16th, on the 17th, 1.7 million, $710,000 on the 21st, and also on the 21st, 6.1 million, and then 2.1 million. So there's a lot of money being bought and just spent inside of Bitcoin. So this whale over here on the 16th, 10 million, 16th, 6 million, 34 million, 1.7 million, 1.9 million 2 days ago, 2 million, and then 2.7 million 2 days ago. And I know there's a lot of whales. We're not going to go over all the whales, but this is just to kind of give you an idea of the price target that is most attractive to the whales, and that's 30k. Like the whales like the 30k price target. In one of my previous videos, I said Bitcoin's lowest support would probably be 20k, because it's such an attractive price. Like 30k is really good for the whales, but when they see 20k, they're really going to jump at it. That's if they see 20k, by the way. And most whales never sell. Like most Bitcoin whales don't sell. Like, yeah, some Bitcoin whales are selling here and there, but a lot of them do not sell. And I'm talking about the big whales that make the biggest splashes inside of Bitcoin. So yeah, as you can see here, a bunch of money, 40 million, 10 million, 7 million, just a bunch of money is flowing through Bitcoin right now. And these whales are really doing it big time right now. So without further ado, let's go over all the other stuff. And look, the B Word conference, this is what we really got to talk about, because the B Word conference, it was underwhelming in a way, and people said it's boring and bewildering. So bewildering, whatever. But anyways, let's go over this now. So the weeks of build up, right? So the weeks of build up accumulated for Wednesday, with the meaning of the mind's build as the B Word, pitched as an effort to demystify whatever they want to say in I don't even know, like don't even mess with those big words right now. Mainstream narratives about Bitcoin. So what we got was a long-winded panel discussion featuring 3 of the tech's world's most visible crypto boosters, which, Cathie Wood, Elon Musk, and Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, and then Cathie Wood, as you can know. But we can't read all this because, obviously I'm not going to subscribe to this. But let's just talk about the Bitcoin conference, because I watched it and it was really underwhelming. I know a lot of you watched it too. Pretty much Jack Dorsey just kept saying, yeah, Bitcoin is the future, blah blah blah. And then when Elon Musk asked, will you accept it for payments on Twitter for the ads and stuff, because you can pay for ads. And they were like, so will you accept it on Twitter? And he was like, well, Bitcoin's the future, and so we just gotta make sure we have everything in place, and yeah, Bitcoin's the future, and it's gonna go up to the moon, and blah blah blah. He pretty much danced around the question. And Elon Musk, he tried to ask him at least 5 times, and Jack Dorsey did the same thing. And then anytime that Cathie Wood talked about it, she was just like, yeah, technology and AI is like the future, and Bitcoin is like Bitcoin is just like that. And then she was talking about her funds, and her funds are invested in technology and AI. That's a coincidence, right? That she's invested in technology and AI in her funds, and she just happens to mention it all the time. Every time asked about Bitcoin, never really talks about Bitcoin, just talks about technology sector and AI, and how there's money to be made in investing in it. So really, that's all it was. All it was them talking about how there's money to be made. And then Elon Musk was the only person really talking good about Bitcoin, because Elon Musk was like, yeah, Bitcoin is definitely the future. But Elon Musk was being completely honest. He was like, but I don't see Bitcoin as being the top payment method. And Elon Musk was being truthful. He was like, the government is going to regulate things, and it's not going to be the top payment method for things, but Bitcoin is going to stay around. And he kind of specified that there. So definitely watch that if you haven't watched it yet. But anyways, let's get on to the next thing. So Bitcoin analysis expect a short squeeze inside of the Bitcoin market. So short squeeze, they're expecting it. I hope that we really go up high here. But look at this. I mean, just look at it, from $32,000 all the way up to 33, and we're still going up. So yeah, there's some truth to this. So anyways, Bitcoin pulled back on Friday after rising nearly 10% earlier this week, blah blah blah. The cryptocurrency trading around $32,000, and at press times about 2%, blah blah blah. Upside momentum is improving, which we can see every day. The upside momentum is improving. And when we look at it from the 15-minute chart here, you can see they're not lying about the short squeeze thing. Like, look, it's going up, kind of has a little bit of sideways trading, going up. It's probably going to have about a little bit more sideways trading here. Then it's probably going to keep going up and keep doing that kind of thing for a little bit, right? So hopefully that this actually does happen. But anyways, it says for the first time in many weeks, we are seeing bullish signs here and expect Bitcoin to head towards the upper end of $30,000 to $40,000 range. So I definitely believe that is true right now. So hopefully we can do that, and hopefully we can break out of this and get to $40,000 soon, because that is what we really need. And that is where we're reaching for right now, the $40,000 mark. But anyways, on the options front, we have seen a good amount of covering between the $35,000 to the $40,000 range strikes for the weekly maturity. So for the July expiry, there is a still decent open interest in the $35,000 strike, which should act as a ceiling for the Bitcoin for this month. So they're saying around $35,000. We're probably going to top out around there by the end of this month. And it is the 23rd. So within the next week, about a $2,000 price increase with Bitcoin. That's what they're expecting. And yeah, somewhere around there. Hopefully we're doing good over there. But anyways, they're saying that there is a short squeeze expected. So definitely get ready for your positions. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice, but you definitely want to be ready when this happens. So anyways, it says if Bitcoin retains the lower range of 30K, shorts will begin to squeeze as Bitcoin moves to the middle point of the range, which it's doing right now, 33.6K. So that's a big statement there. So likely accelerating in the coming days / weeks. So also, the chart below shows the Bitcoin leverage ratio, which is open interest dividend by exchange reserves, reaching the highest level since April. The Bitcoin funding rate is slightly negative, which indicates higher short interest than long interest, according to Nakamoto, which is Shibatoshi, or Sashimi Nakamoto. There's a lot of different people with the Nakamoto and the Shibatoshi. There's Shibatoshi Nakamoto with Dogecoin, and then there's also this other guy with Bitcoin. So the funding rate measures the cost to fund long positions in the market for Bitcoin perpetual swaps, a type of derivative in the cryptocurrency markets similar to futures contracts in traditional markets. So honestly, I do believe we are about to have some kind of short squeeze, but I don't know what's going to happen after that, because after a lot of short squeezes, we usually have a drop. So hopefully we don't go too low after that. But right now, we're definitely projected to go up and up and up. So yeah, definitely watch out for that in the future. So the next thing is Amazon. Amazon is literally hiring a digital currency and blockchain expert, signaling a growing interest in cryptocurrency. So yeah, they're hiring a digital currency and blockchain expert. So this is going to help them. They're probably looking to invest in a lot of different cryptos, and they're probably going to make their own crypto. I'm not saying it 100%, but what if there is an Amazon coin in the future? If there's an Amazon coin, it's it. Like, crypto is going to the moon if there's an Amazon coin. Like, if an Amazon coin gets made, it probably will pass Bitcoin. Let's just be honest. Like, just think if it's actually made, and then if the CEOs just put all their money in, the current CEO, and then we have Jeff Bezos as the founder. Imagine if they put their actual money into this coin. But this would be pretty good. So anyways, Amazon payment team is looking to hire a digital currency and blockchain expert. So they're going to start accepting payments on Amazon with crypto. That's another thing that's going to be huge. The posting signals that Amazon may be taking a more serious look at cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, and there's also a petition for Dogecoin on Amazon. So people really want Dogecoin on Amazon. They also really want Bitcoin on Amazon too. But anyways, Amazon doesn't accept any cryptocurrency payment as payments for its products, but not yet. That's the main thing, not yet. But I do believe they will in the future. So it's saying Amazon is looking to add digital currency. So that's pretty good news there. But anyways, let's go to our next article because we have a lot of stuff to go over. And hopefully they actually start accepting crypto as a payment, because that will be groundbreaking for crypto. Anyways, El Salvadorians take to the streets to protest Bitcoin law. So those who marched against Bitcoin this week claimed the cryptocurrency was too volatile and would allow business to launder ill-gotten money. And I kind of see what they mean by it's too volatile for them to use as their actual currency. But as long as they're able to use the US dollar or their actual currency as a currency, and they're not forced to use Bitcoin, that's all I really say, because you shouldn't force them to use Bitcoin, because let's be honest, it can be very volatile at times. So yeah, they shouldn't be forced to use it, but they're not forced to use it. They can still use their own forms of payments, but they are forced to accept it if they have a business. They have to accept if a customer comes in and says, I'm paying with Bitcoin, because the government says they have to accept it. So there's kind of a problem there. But anyways, protesters calling themselves the Popular Resistance and Rebellion Bloc that have come out against El Salvador's government passing a law making Bitcoin legal tender. So a Tuesday tweet from the local news outlet El Mundo shows El Salvadorians carrying banners saying no to Bitcoin in the streets of San Salvador, demanding a repeal of the country's Bitcoin law. So Legislative Assembly members Anabel Beloso and Dina Argueta addressed the protesters after first meeting the group separated by a barrier of razor wire. Wow, that's crazy. So this is the whole picture here, and it's inside Spanish, so obviously I can't read it because I don't know Spanish that well, but I am learning it. But if you can all read this, I guess put it in the comment sections what it says. But I guess I could just do to translate, and then we can translate it. But anyways, you kind of get what's happening here. But anyways, I might as well do the translate since I'm already here. Translate Spanish to English, and let's do that here. Let me put that here. Members of the Popular Resistance and Rebellion Bloc came to present a proposal to repeal the Bitcoin law. Dina Argueta and Annabelle Veloso come out to greet them. So that's pretty much what's going on out there. Hopefully they get this resolved, because I don't think they should be forced to accept Bitcoin at their businesses. Like, it's one thing when people can use Bitcoin at places, but it's another thing if they're forced to accept Bitcoin, because not everyone wants to. Like, think about someone who's maybe like 80 years old and has their own shop, and they're really not that in tune to like technology and crypto and stuff like that. Now you're forcing them to use crypto when they really don't understand it. So there's a problem with that, a huge problem. Now I do like the whole Bitcoin being a legal tender, but there's definitely problems there. Like, people shouldn't be forced to accept it. It should be an option. So that's all I believe, right? Anyways, it says, however, the group's main grievance around the Bitcoin legal framework seemed to be centered around a perceived disparity in the cryptocurrency's usage by the government when compared with the average resident in El Salvador. So protesters said Bitcoin only serves some large businessmen, especially those linked to the government, to launder ill-gotten money. So entrepreneurs who put their capital in Bitcoin will not pay taxes on their earnings, and that's what they're fighting. In addition to apply Bitcoin, the government will send millions of dollars of the taxes paid by the people. Now, see, they're not really arguing the fact that they don't want to have to accept it at certain businesses if they don't understand it. They're not arguing the same thing I'm arguing. I'm arguing a thing that's more reasonable. They're arguing pretty much against the corrupted governments and corrupted, politicians, corrupted businessmen that are laundering the money. So it doesn't directly affect them. So I guess they're arguing it anyway. but it does affect them when it comes to taxes, I guess. But anyways, that's their problem, not mine. I don't know what's going on out there, so I can't really talk about it. But they say Bitcoin would facilitate public corruption in the operations of drug, arms, and human traffickers, and extortionists and tax evaders. It would also cause monetary chaos. It would hit people's salaries, pensions, and savings, ruin many of the MSMEs, affect low-income families, and hit the middle class. So that's what they're saying. But think about it like this. Imagine a business is starting up inside of El Salvador. They have just now generated $30,000, but that $30,000 was generated in Bitcoin. And let's say Bitcoin's price is currently priced at $30,000. Now there's a huge crash in Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes down to $20,000. So now everything they just now made now goes from $30,000 to $20,000, and now they have no profit margin. And now they literally have no profit margin and no money to buy more products to serve their customers. So there's a problem with that, a very huge problem, and that is a problem that needs to be solved, because that doesn't seem right. So Bitcoin being a legal tender is not technically sound. I know it kind of goes against everything that I've been talking about, and talking about how Bitcoin and how crypto in general should be accepted worldwide, but no one should be forced to use crypto. And that's kind of what's happening inside El Salvador. It's a legal tender now. So yes, they can still use their own cash, but think about the business owners who are forced to use it. So that's all I'm saying there. So they definitely have a point there. They should not be forced to use it. But anyways, let's go to the next thing. So a bit of riddle mystery, as Bitcoin trader brothers who vanished with 2.5 billion euros stolen crypto by citizenship on a remote tropical island. So wow, they stole $2.5 billion in crypto and then bought a citizenship on a remote tropical island. That's crazy, honestly. Let's read that. Like, two brothers accused of carrying out the biggest Bitcoin heist in history bought citizenship to a remote Pacific island months before disappearing. So they did this before disappearing. So more than likely, they're on that island chilling with 2.5 billion. But the thing I don't understand is, if you're on a private island, right, you already own the island and you bought the island before you stole the money. So you already had money to buy the island. So now you have this island. What are you going to spend money on a private island that you own? So there's no businesses on the island. You're the only people on the island. So literally, you don't need money. You could literally fish, live off the land. You could plant fruits and vegetables and live off the land. You really don't need anything. And maybe you can set up some electric grids, get some internet over there, and then boom, you're living over there like paradise, like a king. And you really don't need $2.5 billion, because you're not even a part of society at that point. You're not even spending money, like, unless you're ordering stuff on Amazon. But how is Amazon going to get to the middle of the Pacific Ocean? Like, this is crazy. Like, I just don't understand people. People do not use their logic. Why would you steal $2.5 billion and then move to a private island that you owned before you stole the $2.5 billion? Meaning you already had a large influx of money before you actually bought the island and actually stole the crypto. That makes zero sense. So anyways, these are the South African brothers that they're talking about. So they said it was hacked, and supposedly they didn't hack it. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they hacked it, maybe they didn't. But anyways, something happened, and let's just say we don't know anything. So it shows that the Rays brought this Vanuatu citizenship for 95,000. Okay, so it's not a private island, but it is an island with some of a civilization there. But with a small society, with a small civilization on that island, you do not need $2.5 billion at all. But anyways, citizenship for sale. That's pretty cool that you can spend 95,000 euros to have the citizenship on this island. I would probably do that and then have a little private place over there. So anyways, moving on to the next thing. Actor Adrian Grenier explains why Bitcoin is central to his plan to build a communal farm in Texas. And if you guys don't know, Texas is going big right now with Bitcoin. There's a lot of Bitcoin mining facilities happening right now out in Texas. Lots of stuff is going on. And saying Adrian Grenier of HBO's Entourage believes that the fiat currency like the US dollar are on the way out, and Bitcoin is posed to take their spot. The reason why I don't believe this is true is because, do you really expect the government to let people govern their own money? Like, think about it. The US government, who controls literally everything we do, they control the media, they control everything, they control so much. They lock down the country, they control the country. Do you really think they're going to let people control their own money and their finances? No, they want control of that too. So what will happen? What will probably happen is they're going to make their own government coin, just like what China is doing. China has their own government coin. They actually banned crypto. So now that they banned it, they have their own Chinese want yang or yang, whatever you want to call it. That's their new crypto. And I believe the US government will do the same thing. They're not going to get rid of the US dollar, but they're going to make their own crypto that is pegged to the dollar. So it's going to be like, yeah, you can use Bitcoin and all the other stuff, but the government coin is going to be more dominant because it's their coin. And then the fiat dollar is also going to be more dominant because it's their dollar and it's their country. And as they see it, they own it. Why do you think the government makes you pay for land? Yet this is land that land that belongs to the people, land that belongs to the earth. It doesn't belong to the government, yet the government sells you the land because they love to control everything. Do you really think they're going to let you control your own finances? They're not going to do that. They're not going to let a decentralized currency be the number one currency. Now, I know it seems kind of pessimistic, but you got to be truthful with yourself here. Like, the government, I mean, I can talk about the government all day, but let's be completely honest. Do you really think they're going to let you do that? No, not really. But Bitcoin is going to be really big. Crypto is going to be really big. It's going to be like the dollar, but it's not going to replace the dollar. It's going to be just as big as the dollar, but it won't replace it. Let's just be completely honest here. So government coin will replace the dollar, if anything, not Bitcoin. They want to own this. And if they can, they will own Bitcoin. They will do something. So just know what people want is if it seems too good to be true, then it's probably too good to be true. But anyways, this is still good news here that he's going to build a whole communal farm inside Texas. It's good news. So let's just leave it at that, right? But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you think I'm being too pessimistic or if you think I need to be more optimistic with it. Like, I do believe Bitcoin is going to go to the moon. I do believe Bitcoin is going to continue to grow. But I don't believe the government is going to let Bitcoin be the top currency in the US. Like, this not how the government operates. Like, you already see what they're doing. And let's just be honest, other governments have talked about population control. And if they're controlling stuff like the population, what makes you think that they won't control your currency? I mean, let's just think about it like that. But anyways, Elon Musk says that Tesla will accept Bitcoin payments again, but there's a catch. So let's see what his catch is. So let's see. Elon Musk highlights a positive trend in the energy usage of Bitcoin. So just over 2 months after Elon Musk's Tesla shocked crypto investors by suspending Bitcoin payments, the billionaire investor has reopened the door. Musk says Tesla will take Bitcoin payments again as long as there's evidence that at least 50% of the mining is powered by renewable energy. So he wants that evidence that it's being powered by 50% renewable energy. So that's actually good. It's good news that he's doing it like that. But anyways, I do believe that it will happen eventually, but it's not going to happen immediately. It's going to take some time to happen. But anyways, speaking at this week's B-Word conference, that's what he pretty much said. He said there appears to be a positive trend in the energy usage of Bitcoin. He explained that a lot of the heavy-duty coal plants that were being used for mining, especially in China, had been shut down. So we already know why he backed out. He backed out because the energy usage and all that other stuff. And yeah, why I opted to take Bitcoin payments again? Well, because let's be honest, Elon Musk wants to grow Tesla. Tesla will grow more if they accept Bitcoin because they're going to get Bitcoin fanboys on their side, and it's how it happens. So can Bitcoin ever be sustainable? I do believe it can be sustainable, but in the future, in the near future. Not right now though. But anyways, this is all I really have for today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm just kind of going over Bitcoin and my thoughts on it, doing a whole fundamental analysis. So after all of that being said, I do believe we are about to have a short squeeze and we may reach about $40,000. But there's still a lot of FUD inside the crypto market. There's still a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And I actually seen a technical analysis that another, person did. Not even a person, a whole group of people did. And I think it was FX Street, but they did a technical analysis and they said we are due for one more downtrend, one more bear cycle pretty much. So after this short squeeze to $40,000, the next bear cycle will probably bring us back down to 30K or possibly 25 and then bring us right back up. And then we'll probably get right back up to where we were, like 60K, 70K, and then eventually 100K by the end of the year. I do believe by the end of the year, we can reach 100K. Like, let's be completely honest. The way Bitcoin's been moving, 100K by the end of the year is definitely doable. So remember, none of this is financial advice. Don't go putting your whole life savings in Bitcoin. Make sure you're investing smart and that you're not just throwing, money at the wall and hoping for it to stick, because that's not how it works. Only invest like 1 to 10% of your portfolio in it. But remember, this is financial advice, not telling you to do anything. But yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and check out the link in the description for free stock with Robinhood and Webull, and I'll be back with another video. Peace.